Hello and welcome back to BlueTube for another edition on our channel. Today we are going to be going through our game against Bolton Wanderers last night. It was a pretty comprehensive win in the end. Could have been more.
Another convincing win. So yeah, we only had 2 days to prep, didn't we? Following the Lincoln game, but the attendance midweek game again was brilliant.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah.
Atmosphere was fantastic.
25 odd thousand.
25,793. There you go. I am reading it off notes. I'm not that well. I'm not clever at all. Yeah, 2-0. As you say, comprehensive. Want to talk about the start?
Yeah, it was. Do you know, there was definitely a difference.
We started the game properly, didn't we?
Chris Davis definitely gave them a bit of a rocket up the backside because it's seldom that we see them start firing the way that they did.
Yeah,
We didn't concede within the first 2 minutes.
Well, we actually scored, didn't we?
He scores an absolute belter. What a rocket. That was quite early on in the game. Going through some of the players then. Hate to say this about them. I know that they got injured, which we'll come on to. I thought this explains it really. I think that they were carrying a knock coming into the game now, as so it happens. Hansen, I don't think he had the best game for those minutes that he did play. I thought that he was a little bit lacklustre. He lost the ball a couple of times. Not a shockingly poor performance, don't get me wrong, but it was clear that he wasn't at 100%.
We actually discussed it when we started him. We said he didn't quite look fit. Gave a bit of possession away on a couple of rare occasions, but he came off. He came off injured against Lincoln, didn't he? And so he was a doubt. I thought he was a bit of a doubt, but there was nothing mentioned about him. So just thought he was fully fit. But there is quite a quick turnaround. Like again, we'll move on to Stansfield. I wasn't expecting him to be back as quick as he was for the last game. But
Hansen being injured, we've got an exclusive for you because we actually met with some of the players after the game and we had a little bit of a chat with him, didn't we?
Yeah, he was really down actually, wasn't he? Like,
he
most of the players that we spoke to yesterday came out and had a chat with. Were absolutely buzzing. But Hansen, yeah, he was one of the first out and got away, and just asked him how he was doing. He said it wasn't good.
So 3 weeks, did he say?
He just said possibly a number of weeks. But I looked at the post-match interview with Chris Davis, and he wasn't giving much away. I think he plays his cards close to his chest, doesn't he, Davis? Which you can expect that.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Hansen was pretty down and said it wasn't looking good. But I don't think that means like majorly out, but I think he was just down about the situation, the fact that he's injured again. But let's wait and see. But I don't think he's going to be ready for the next game, is he, against Mansfield? Nowhere near.
No, and it is a shame, yeah. I mean, but it does explain the performance. As we said, he wasn't at 100%, but these things are going to happen. Hopefully he gets better soon.
But it made for some good changes, really, in a positive way, because we have got that squad depth that we keep talking about. It allowed Leonard to come on and go into the centre, and I think we put Willemsen out on the right, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then we swapped Keishi Anderson over onto the left, and it was just the football yesterday was
How
just
versatile we are just to change it like that, and it really fits because that's where Willemsen plays in his national team anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, and like you say, strength in depth, and also to pick a positive out of the situation, Leonard getting a few more minutes than what he usually would. It was good seeing him back on the pitch. I've been wanting to see him.
Played well. It was near enough a full game for him, really, by 20 minutes. So yeah. To have players like that on the bench is unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
So, but yeah, there's a couple of things. I mean, there's loads to get through, but we don't want to bore you with all. Yeah, because you'll see the highlights and stuff yourself. But from our point of view, I thought Allsop had a good game. Commanded his spots.
And that save in the second half as well when they were bearing down.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. I mean, it doesn't matter when, but yeah, we were a goal up obviously after 3 minutes. Let's face it, we should have been 3-0 up by half-time, really, shouldn't we? Should have finished the game off.
Yeah, we dance around the attacking third a little bit too much, creating the chances.
Well, I've made a note that Alfie made that goal that was ruled out for offside. Did anyone get a better view of that? Because from where we were behind the goal, I thought he was onside. I thought he timed it perfectly. It was Cochrane that had put sort of diagonal ball across. And I thought he timed
And the
it.
way he
I mean,
took it down.
my head was in the ceiling when he
I
put
know,
that
yeah.
in. Yeah,
Yeah, it was
and,
quite
looks
funny.
right. Muggles are the only ones celebrating the thing. In a way, I'm glad he didn't because I didn't record it. No, I'm only joking. You see me, you'll know me down the blues. I'm standing like that.
Yeah, no, it's all good though. It's a nice thing to do, isn't it? I suppose. And you're
It's
still
like a
able
kid
to
with a
enjoy
new
the game.
toy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd like to know because I've watched the highlights again today, and you don't really get a good view of it. But he was contesting it. He was with the linesman, not vociferously, but he weren't happy
It
at
was
the time.
I think he was really unfortunate because he took it down so well. He took the finish well, and it just happens
Beautiful,
to be.
wasn't it? And he
He
had
was
that
offside.
jumping ahead to the second half. I know we're sort of jumping back and forth, but he had that one-on-one with the keeper as well, didn't he? Took it round the
Yeah.
keeper. Keeper just got a hand to it.
Yeah.
Normally, that's his cup of tea. That's
Bread
his,
and butter for him. Yeah.
Shame.
It'll drop for him.
But it worked well. I mean, we just dominated the game. We gave them a little bit of a spell in the second half, didn't we? And is it McAtee that came on for them? 3 decent chances he had. The Allsop save, Ryan Allsop, was absolutely just spread himself wide, and that was a goal.
His confidence now will really be reaching new heights, I think. Penalty save,
Yeah.
clean sheets, performance against Bolton. It's good.
And we spoke to him after the game as well, didn't he? He's just, seems really confident, quite a humble guy, really.
Incredibly
Again,
humble.
Yeah,
Yeah, really, really thankful, very
he was
appreciative.
trying to sort something out for a young lad. I think it was a shirt.
He promised goalkeeper gloves to this young lad.
Oh, gloves, was it?
He totally forgot to bring them out to him. And
He was gutted.
Distraught about it.
He was
He was on the
genuinely
phone. He was trying to
gutted,
I think he
wasn't
was trying to contact the kit man or something.
Oh.
And he says, "Look, come find me next game, and we'll sort it out for you." But yeah, it was quite. It was quite an interesting day yesterday. The game aside, being able to see some of the players, and you can just see that they're also the unit that they've got, the clique that has evolved in the ranks at the moment is really something to behold, and it's something to be proud of. I think you can tell they all really get on.
But the whole thing going on down the Blues at the moment is something to be proud of. With the fan zones, and you can get down there as early as you like now and get involved in what's going on. There's something to do, and even after the game, a little bit. There's something to do, isn't there? You can make, and even in the midweek, you can make a day out of it. You can really enjoy yourself. Absolutely. And I don't want to go on the side of even if we don't get a result, because no one feels like doing a lot, do they, after that? But before the game, get involved, go and see what's going on. There's stages, there's interviews. Another one on the main stand side isn't open. They're waiting for a roof or something. But there's still plenty going on, and it's filling out the one on the Cop side, isn't it?
Yeah.
But getting back onto the game then, so I thought Keishy Anderson, again,
he's really proven me wrong.
Totally on it this year.
Not that I've said that he's a bad player. It's just I always thought that he was missing that 10% out of his game. He's really proved me wrong. His backtracking, work off the ball, just work rate in general. I really think that he's becoming a proper unit of a player.
Well, I'll always eat my words, and literally a couple of videos ago I was saying it's just not that end product. Yeah, he's got it now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Touch wood. There's wood. For the penalty, which we might as well talk about now, he was cutting in on the left-hand side, which had been swapped over to. So, in a way, that worked out for good reasons. I know it's not nice for Hansen to have to go off, but he found himself on the left. He played most of the game there, cutting through. Got a decent crossing, to be fair. And fair play to the ref, don't say this often, gave the penalty. And who had come on to take
Always
that?
good to see him. And you just had no doubts, did you? That
Just knew it was going in. That's why I filmed it, because I couldn't watch penalties going back a few years. I used to turn it back on. I hated them. We've got those sort of players now. You just, Stansfield's going to score. I mean, he could have come and stuck with that down the middle, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But no, you just knew. And I thought, but it should have been a lot more. Like I say, they had some good chances. That McAtee put one just wide of the post as well towards the end. He really should have probably scored that, but got to put it in the net for it to count, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I suppose I couldn't. I think it was one of our best performances of the year so far, bar perhaps the Wrexham game. Absolutely dominated from start to finish. Yes, Bolton had a little bit of a spell, but I don't think that there was really. overly too much threat from them, to be completely honest. And they're the team in form, quite an attacking side.
Yeah.
I think we managed to
Yeah.
hold them down fairly well. And unlike the Wrexham game, this one was actually a clean sheet. It's just, I think, if I had to be nitpicky, if I really had to, backs to the wall, press me for something, I'd say we need to work on what we're doing in the attacking third and how we're getting into the box and creating chances. Because I just thought that we felt a little bit flat when we got to the attacking third, and we didn't know exactly where to do, or putting balls into the box, it would always be cleared basically by the first man. There'd be no creativity there. But it's not. I'm not trying to make it. I'm making it sound awful here. It's not a huge issue, as we say. We scored 2 goals. We won the game fairly comfortably, but it is down to a penalty and a real piece of magic by Iwata. So I do think going forward we do need to focus a little bit more on converting those chances.
I wanted to. I was going to suggest going through the team for the standout players. You'd just be naming all of them. You'd literally, apart from, and it's no disrespect to Hansen, he was injured, clearly. There was everyone just stood out for me. But if you wanted to go for the absolute creme de la creme, I think the 2 centre backs were absolutely fantastic last night. Clara is just ultimate class, totally different class.
I thought he was about to say Iwata and Paik. I thought they were unreal.
Let me get there. It's going to be quite a big creme de la creme. And Davis, Ben Davis.
Davis had a great game.
Had a great game. There was that one saving tackle, where he slid in and touched the ball. The bloke
He
was
seems
going to
very
be through on
calm. We've
goal.
said it before, steady Eddie. He's so calm and composed on the ball.
Yeah.
That's something that I think he brings, and that's a standout for me. Out of all the players, not to say that they're not relaxed, he seems like he's got so much composure on the ball. He doesn't panic at all, does he?
But I'm running out of things to say about Iwata and Paik. It's almost like I'm going to become, I'm going to become quite complacent and just expect them to be fantastic every game.
Yeah, this is it, isn't it?
It's a bit of a dangerous sort of situation. I'm just enjoying it while we got it, because Iwata is... It's that string of that solid spine we got, and Iwata and Paik. Are we going to keep hold of them?
This is it. And you could say that about most of the squad, to be honest, though, couldn't you?
We're going to be positive. We're a positive channel. We're keeping hold of all of our players. But money talks, doesn't it? That's the problem. So
I don't think this is not something we have to worry about now.
we're a different entity altogether now, aren't we?
Also, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works here. We do have to have some perspective, because let's not forget, we are still... I was thinking before the Bolton game, Bolton, there and thereabouts, a proper... who said this? A Barclays Premier League team. When the Premier League was sponsored by Barclays, you think of the Barclays Premier League. Bolton are one of those teams that you think of. I can't remember who said that to me, but I thought, what, that's absolutely spot on, that is. My point being, Bolton are a good side with a lot of heritage and a lot of history, and I was thinking about playing them yesterday and thinking, right, we've got a real decent opponent here, and I couldn't help but think, I would love to see what this team would do in the Championship. Because we've got to remember, I know that we're loving it and we're doing brilliant at the moment. I'm not taking away from that. We're still in League One. We've got to wait for that big test. We've got to wait until we're in the Championship before we really know.
Well, we've got a
we're really made
Championship
of.
team now, and that's exactly what we were building for. And
True.
you'd be hard pressed to say, where do we strengthen? And yeah, up front,
I agree with that.
Up front, we're not quite as getting the finishes, and the finesse isn't quite there. But I wanted to mention Alfie May. His work rate. We know there's goals in him. He's proved that. I mean, he started on fire. 5-6 goals. It's difficult. We're in a really unusual position. Like, it's who do you start with? Who do you play? Because of the squad we've got.
The depth. Yeah.
But Alfie May, his work rate yesterday, and I think that offside goal, that's the difference, isn't it?
Should just give it to him anyway. Cause
Yeah,
he
let's just give
deserves
it. Should we just say that he's got it and just...
It's 3-0
hope
in
it
the
comes
end,
true.
actually. Just scribble over.
But it should have been
with marker.
3-0. I said 3-0, didn't I? And I thought it was going to come true, but
Mwah.
even at the end, yeah. But you didn't get it either, did you? What did
I'm
you
still winning. I said 2-1.
say? So you've got to have faith in the defence.
So, yeah, no, really comprehensive result. Just yeah, it's one of those. We can just finally enjoy the ride as Blue Noses again. I think, and do you know we do deserve it, don't we? People call us arrogant, this, that, and the other. I think it's confidence. I suppose we do have a bit of a joke here and there, but it's good to be confident, and it's just
Yeah,
nice,
I hope we
isn't it?
don't come across as arrogant because it is. I mean,
Oh,
I
we have a
think
laugh.
most Blues fans are just tongue in cheek, aren't they? You do get the real passionate ones, which fair play to them. That's just true, like being a fanatic and loving your club. But I think we all love the club, obviously. But yeah, what's wrong with a bit of passion? And people are seeing. Oh, going off on another wild one, but we were thinking we were in for. I love that, in for a shock. Absolutely love that.
Yeah,
We're in for a
it's
shock.
funny, isn't it? No, it's really great banter.
But
Yeah.
that's the same that's been thrown back at us, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I thought the Bolton fans, fair play to them. They came in numbers yesterday. Didn't hear much of them, but then again, they didn't have much to cheer about, to be completely honest with them. I thought that Bolton... Do you know what? One thing that I will say, we don't really touch on the opposition too much, but...
Yeah, we don't need to. We beat them. We got the points.
But I will say, I thought that Bolton were fairly poor yesterday. I think we terrified them to death. Our pressing and our intensity and relentlessness, which has become a key word now for Chris Davis, I think, it just took them by surprise and terrified them, I think. And they never really recovered. They had their few moments here and there. They had their few spurts and they put us under the cosh. But it was few and far between that they had their time, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a combination of their manager not being allowed to be sort of on the sidelines,
Yeah.
whether they need that, like direct coaching all the time, or whether there's just that fear, whether they weren't expecting Blues to push on early on.
They chose an odd place for their interview, didn't they? The Bolton lot.
Yeah, we saw the
literally by the Gil Merrick, just under just the side of the stadium, underneath
we got
a
a
little bit
snap
of
of their
roofing.
yeah, because I wondered, I thought it was a rule, and you probably put me right on this, but
Rooney said it, didn't he, the other week?
yeah, that when you're banned from being from literally being around your team on a match day.
Just a recap, he's referring to the Bolton manager being banned. He's on his
Yeah,
second
that's
of
it.
3. Yeah.
I'm sure that Rooney on the overlap the other week was on about that you can't be involved in anywhere near the team and you have to be up and out the way. Obviously, you can be in
Before
the dressing
or
room
after
and
the game.
coaching and that, yeah. But he was all round the pitch afterwards and that. But I don't know if
He
maybe
just
it's
really
during
wanted to
game
see
time.
the St Andrews at Knighthead Park. He just couldn't resist.
But it made me laugh, the fact that they were doing this interview sort of at the end of the tunnel, right where the fans come out, and I thought, blimey, you're taking a risk there, right?
No, yeah, but...
Tempted to say, but
Well, they got more
we
than just
got
that
this,
wrong yesterday,
this
didn't
picture
they?
instead.
Day for
But
Bolton.
no, I think Blues are just starting to continue to gel. I think the start of the games is, we've been asking for this now, just to start more positively. Got to be honest with you, I don't think Bolton started well. I think Blues were allowed to just keep possession like we've been looking for quite easily. And apart from that spell they had in the second half, we didn't change. Again, we can go through the stats if you want me to go through them.
Yeah, just to round it off, yeah, go through the stats.
So won't bore you too much with all the stats, but it's becoming common now, isn't it? Blues 71% possession overall to their 29. 18 shots, 5 of which were on target. To
That's quite
Bolton's, to Bolton's 8 shots with 1 on target. We had 6 corners to their 1. 14 fouls Blues committed, 19.
They were quite, well, I'm not going to say a dirty team, but they were really aggressive, Bolton, weren't they? I thought the referee let a lot.
This leads me nicely onto the referee.
Oh no, what have I done?
Stephen Martin, not that one. There were 5 yellow cards. How many did Blues have of them?
1.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Clara, right at the end, and it was a yellow card, to be fair.
I think that could have been worse, you know, if you remember. The tackle that Christoph Clara put in on, I can't remember which player it was, but I remember the tackle.
Yeah,
I thought he got
on the,
away with that, you know.
Right, right on the right flank, wasn't it? But
Do you know what? Maybe that speaks to the lack of yellow cards that he gave for Bolton, because it was a crunching tackle that Clara put in. But you can disagree with me on that, I suppose.
No, it was nice to see that it wasn't us just getting them, but it's the away team that tend to get more. I thought about what I said the other day about and we were the away team, weren't we? And it just tends to be the case, doesn't it? The referees. I don't want to go on about them too much, but I still will.
Are we done? Anything else?
No, I think that wraps it up.
Yeah.
Just to conclude, fantastic game, great atmosphere, loved
Yeah.
it. Doesn't matter it's midweek. You know, I've had a day off today, so I don't have to go to work. I was out quite late, and it's nice just to enjoy the results while we're getting them. And long may it continue.
Also, I'll give a quick shout out. There was a lovely chap that I met before the game. His name was Billy, and he spoke of. He gave us some praise, St Andrews, for the atmosphere, and he's a Rangers fan, and he's been to quite a few of the Old Firm derbies, and as I'm sure you can imagine, there, the atmosphere, it's booming. So, yeah, he says that it was pretty decent down at St Andrews. So, just wanted to say,
Yeah,
it's
fair
nice
play
meeting
to
you.
that. Yeah, that was nice because we're seeing a lot, and I don't know how they're getting tickets, but fair play if they can get them. Of other fans coming.
Yeah.
Like while we were meeting the players yesterday, there was a load of the South Korean
That
fans.
I
There was an absolute mob of
love.
them.
I'm
Weren't there?
so glad that you've reminded me of this, and we'll conclude with this. Bringing in players like Paik Sung-ho and Tomoki Iwata, Yokoyama, players from the other side of the world, and bringing over people who are, because they go mad for it over there, don't they? And they're quite patriotic. And
You always see them in the paddocks, don't you, down in that corner by
and
the
they've
old
got
railway end.
we saw a
with the
South
flag.
Korean flag
Yeah.
for Paik, and yeah, they were having a bit of a chat with you as well. And you asked them, "Oh, have you come all the way over to see them?" And I was like, "Yeah, they came all the way over from South Korea just to see Paik." And I think that's absolutely
And he
brilliant for the
spent a
club.
good bit of time with them, didn't he?
Well, they've
It was
been
so
to the club
nice.
shop. They're
Yeah.
buying all the shirts,
Yeah.
Paik on the back and stuff, and I think it's
That's
great.
what this is about now. This is Blues
Excellent.
moving forward. Get everybody involved. As long as I can get a ticket.
Some people won't like that, you know. They might think, "Oh, getting too commercial and stuff." But I think bringing cultures together and having people
Well,
from
it's
all over the
progress,
globe.
isn't it? And it allows us to grow. And
That's
that's
what
what
I
we've
like.
got to look at. And when
Yeah.
we've got the bigger stadium, let's try and fill it up with whoever we can get, as long as they're supporting the
As long as
boys
they're
in
loud
blue.
and they learn keep right on and to hate the Villa, they'll fit right in.
Keep right on. I love that, the way we're doing that at the start again. But we're waffling.
We'll end it
I'm
there,
waffling.
guys. Right, well, thank you for tuning in, as always. This one's been a little bit more of a impulse one. We've just had a bit of a general chat, haven't we, about
Yeah.
the Bolton game. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Let us know, though, your thoughts in the comments section on the game and just in general on the channel, and some other things that you might like to see. As we always say, we love it when you guys engage. But for now, see you later, Blues fans. On to the next one.